All right. I think we're actually good. Cool.
I can't even tell. Yeah, it looks fine.
Nice.
It actually is such great quality.
Looks all right.
What do you mean all right?
That looks pretty good.
Why do you say pretty good instead of like good or bad? I can't tell when you say pretty good if it's like, could be better.
No, it looks pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, it could be better if it was like, but yeah.
Hello and welcome back to Work Wednesday.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's been on pause for a while.
It's been on pause for about a year, hasn't it?
Yes. Why?
Why? Because I've been away.
He's been away, basically. Yeah. He abandoned Work Wednesday.
I did.
But now we're back.
Yeah.
We don't have food, sadly.
I know we don't. Yeah, it's weird. Should we get some fruit?
Yes.
1 week later.
Yeah. That pair is weird.
You're weird.
This has all been caught on camera.
What?
The assault, the verbal abuse.
Verbal abuse? It's not verbal abuse. It's just banter.
Much later.
Back to Work Wednesday.
Yeah.
How have you been? Look, first of all, we're in London. We're in your sick new studio. It's like, you know, I actually felt really proud of you. I know you have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But
I don't really have a problem with it. No, I don't.
It's Timu who has a problem with that.
Timu has a problem with it, yeah.
I just thought, oh my goodness, from, you know, when we were filming back in the days where I was your cameraman with my shaky arms and heavy breath.
Yeah.
And I was filming for you, and now look at you.
Here we are. We have a studio, we have a videographer. We've got loads of cameras around. We're still doing the same thing.
But better quality.
Still. Well, I mean, same quality. It's the same cameras.
Less shaky arms.
Less shaky arms. Yeah, we have a tripod now. Invested in a tripod.
Yeah. Less shaky arms.
Three actually. And this is the one that I've been using since 2017.
That one?
Yeah.
But isn't that the one that got stolen?
No, that was a different one. That was a fancier one.
Ah.
With the old 2017 tripod.
You know, I use you as a... Is that what it's called? Cushion? I forgot how to
Pin
speak
cushion.
English. No. Cautionary tale.
Cautionary tale.
I forgot how to speak English. Sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, I tell people to lock their cars because in Dubai a lot of people don't lock their cars.
Yep.
And I was like, well, let me tell you the story of this guy who had everything stolen.
Yep.
But there we go. Anyway, how does it feel
How does
to
it
be
feel?
here in your studio?
Oh, it's quite nice.
I guess it's not new anymore for you.
No, it's like about 6 months old now. But like, it's still really nice coming in here every day. Like, I love coming in here to work. It's so nice.
And
like,
it
there's
must
so much
feel nice to
natural
see
light.
everyone here as
Yeah,
well.
and it's glorious. Like, we have Sean, one of our new editors, who just like sits on the desk and works from here all the time. We have Angus is always here, Gordon's always here, and then we have other team members who sort of pop in and out depending on how they're feeling.
Yeah, you were always a fan of WeWork, and this is a better version.
Yeah, this is like a slightly upmarket version of WeWork, and we have our own little space. So I love it. I think having the separation between work and life is so nice.
I'm jealous of Lucia. She doesn't live in a flat with all the tech there.
She doesn't know. There's other kinds of mess, but not cameras and lights, so that's good.
But I live with both.
You do?
Both types.
Yeah. Her flat is pretty big though.
No, I said I used to live with both types of mess.
Yes, quite.
But here we are today. So what I want to talk about today is, I have a question for you. You mentioned something today, and I feel the same, and I know you've said that many times, is that you are very happy when people say they're quitting their job.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think the quitting of a job is, in one's life, a major move. And it's usually a move that involves taking a big leap, doing something scary, and doing something that involves following your heart in some kind of way. And that's why I get really excited when someone's like, oh, I just quit my job. It's like, oh, wow, that's really interesting. Like, whatever comes next in the conversation is going to be interesting because now they are living their truth. Yeah, so I think it's cool.
Okay.
Are you going to quit yours?
Well, I'm thinking about it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm quitting.
Yeah, you're thinking about it. I mean, I think all management consultants think about it on the daily.
Exactly, and when I started, my first manager even said to me, because he was like, what is your plan with consulting? And I said, oh, I don't know if I can say this, but for me, it's like a part-time gig.
Yeah.
Not part-time, sorry, short.
14 hours a day, part-time.
Short-term gig.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, you should not be embarrassed of saying that. Everyone says that when they come here. It's a very common fact that everybody uses this as a stepping stone kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm coming to 1 year of doing the job.
Nice.
And there are things that I like and things that I don't like that much.
Yeah.
So I am thinking about quitting. So, question for you. You know, a lot of people think about quitting.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't quit for a very long time.
Yeah.
For many different reasons.
Yeah.
But if you had to help me, for example, make a decision about quitting and when to quit, what would you say are the things I need to think about?
Okay, so let's start with step 1 on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You know, do you have enough money for survival? / will you have enough money for survival?
For how long?
So, for however long you want to run the experiment. Okay, so let's think about it for you. For you, quitting your job is not a big deal because you could so easily get another one.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe if you're getting paid, I don't know, let's say 100K a year now, maybe getting another 100K a year job might be hard.
Yeah.
But like getting a 70K a year job should be easy enough. Getting a 40K a job should be even easier. So your risk is actually not, oh crap, I'm losing 100K of income.
Yeah.
It's just like whatever.
Taking a pay cut, basically.
Taking a pay cut, basically, and you can walk into whatever job.
Okay, but then, so that's interesting because I think that's one reason a lot of people don't actually quit their job, right? Because it's really hard to come to peace with the pay cut.
Yeah.
And I was telling you this the other day, I was thinking, oh, well, my current job, you know, they would pay for the private schooling of all of my children. I was like, what for myself? I was surprised that I was taking that into account. I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. So you see, it's just like looking at the benefits and thinking, well, there's so much here that I'm going to leave behind.
Yeah.
Like, and it's taking a risk.
Yeah.
Am I sure that it's going to be worth it? And then some people also scared me, being like, oh, from the inside, it's easy to get another job. But once you're on the outside, then it gets a lot harder to get a job.
I'm not sure that's true. But I don't know anything about the space, so probably don't defer to my opinion on this.
Yeah. But also, yeah. Okay, so one thing is knowing survival, but then you don't know for how long you need the money.
Yeah.
Like, would you say if I could have enough money to live for 1 year kind of thing without having a job?
Yeah, that would be good. But like, you're also not going to not have a job, right?
Yeah.
Like you're in a pretty good position in that the thing that you're going to do is become basically a freelancer, potentially doing business coaching for creatives and this sort of stuff. That stuff pays reasonably well.
Okay.
So it's not like you wouldn't have a job.
No, but you know there's like a ramp up time before things kick off.
So so the question then is, how much money do you actually need?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
How much money do you actually need?
I don't know. What are we talking about? To like just sustain myself for a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So once that's ticked off, what else?
Quit the job.
That's it.
That's it. What more do you need? If you're even thinking about quitting, it means that you living your best life and you living your truth involves you quitting the job and doing something and doing the thing that spiritually satisfies you.
Right. And I think one thing as well that I've caught myself thinking about is that, oh, well, you know, if I leave consulting now and I go and do something else, I might not be able to come back to consulting. It will be harder to get in because they don't.
Do you really want to come back to consulting?
That's why I was like.
I swear no one leaves consulting and then comes back to consulting.
I was like, I hate it. Why am I thinking about whether I could come back to it?
Yeah.
Like, that made no sense. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's not a factor.
Honestly, you could become a freelance consultant. There's a good book, $1 Million Consulting Secrets.
Yeah, I started reading it. You told me about that. Yeah, it's a really good book. Okay, cool. So we need the money. But what about how concrete should your plan be?
I think you should have a plan. I wouldn't be wedded to having a plan. It's worth having some kind of plan.
Okay.
I'm quite risk averse overall, and so I like to have like a clear plan of action.
Yeah. So for example, for you, when did you know that you were gonna quit medicine and become full-time creator? What made you take that jump?
So for me, it was always a sabbatical rather than I'm quitting medicine. And I only made the decision of I'm quitting and never really going back when I realized that if I lost everything and needed to make 50K a year, there are a zillion things I could do other than be a doctor to make 50K a year. And I could just build another business. And building a business is a skill. Yeah. And once you have that skill, you know, I was chatting to Lewis Hose on School of Greatness, and he was like, you know, how long would it take you to get back to 100K a year income? I was like, probably like 2 years. He was like, I bet you could do it in 3 months. That's probably true. I could probably do it in 3 months. Yeah. Because business building is a skill, and once you have the skill, you're all good. Similarly for you, you have so many skills, you have so many unfair advantages stacked in your favor. It's actually not that hard to get a job if you target the right industry. I think previously you targeted consulting in particular, which is a rogue industry to target just because it's so stupidly competitive for everyone playing a very, very, very specific game. Whereas project manager at a startup, you know, business development, like these are roles, you know, Taimur has a biz dev guy. I think they pay him $196,000 a year,
Okay. Damn.
which is a standard salary for a biz dev guy
Yeah.
at a startup.
Yeah.
Yeah, or something like that.
Right.
I don't know if that's actually a salary. I just
Yeah.
kind of vaguely made that number up. So sorry to take biz dev guy. I don't even know who biz dev guy is, but yeah.
No, but you see, you got to kind of trial it out,
Yeah.
knowing that you could go back to medicine if
Sure.
it didn't work, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have that. So
Why not?
then,
You could just get another job. That's your backup option. For me, going back to medicine is I'll just get a job.
right.
For you, if I was applying to a few jobs, it's not that hard.
I know, but then there's another interesting factor here, right?
Yeah.
Is the visa stuff.
Okay.
It's like which country you want to be in, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And for example, in the UK, I can't just come back and apply for jobs. And especially now, there's always, there's that rule that they need to recruit locally first. And then if they can't find someone, then they can take you in.
Yeah.
So then that adds a level of difficulty to getting another job.
Okay, so do you want to live in the UK?
At the moment, no.
You can work remotely, right?
But like for you, for example, you don't want someone to work remotely.
If I was hiring?
Yes.
Ideally not, yeah.
But see, you see that it's a bit nicer to work with people in
Yeah,
person. So then the remote thing is not really a thing.
Yeah, I think the visa situation is a spanner in the works. And I don't know what your specific use case is, or your specific circumstances are with the visa thing.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you need to be attached to a full-time job to have a visa,
Yeah.
that's kind of, that forces your hand.
Yes.
And then you have a shittier hand that you have to play with.
Exactly.
So, but like, well, the thing I would question is, what actually is the limitation here? Like, are you familiar with the story of the elephant and the baby elephant?
No. Tell the story.
There's a big elephant and a baby elephant in a zoo.
Okay.
And the baby elephant has like this chain attached to its leg
Okay.
that's tying it to the fence. And then little kid says to Daddy, why is there a chain attached to the little elephant? Oh, and Daddy's like, oh, because the elephant tries to escape, and obviously he realizes it can't because it's a little chain. So it's a sort of metal chain attached. And it's like, look at the big elephant. It's like, Daddy, why is there a string attached to the mama elephant? And then the moral of the story is like implicit in that mama elephant has internalized the fact that she
knows that if there's something on her foot, basically she can't leave. She doesn't even try.
She doesn't even try. She's got the string attached.
Yeah.
And so I think these shackles that bind us to things, whether it's, I don't know, fear, whether it's salary, whether it's visa, it's often worth like shining a light on those shackles and seeing like what exactly they are.
Yeah.
Because I know a bunch of people who have assumed a certain thing is true for a visa situation and not
Looked into it.
and not actually realized that, oh, hang on, there's these three other options, or there's these other countries, and just it's very easy to close one's mind to the possibilities of something if you just sort of assume or believe that it's true.
Yeah.
And it's a very easy fiction to fall into because the brain wants to believe, oh, I can't do anything. I'm stuck in this job for 5 years because visa. And not actually do the research to figure out, is that actually true?
Yeah, and it's also a little bit of laziness, isn't it? Of like having to investigate a lot more.
Yeah.
And I think after the trauma of applying for jobs and all the interviews and stuff, it's just like, oh, I don't want to get back into this. So all of the shackles.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no. That's
When you look back on your life, would you be like, I'm really glad I stuck at that job that I didn't like because I couldn't be asked to apply for more?
I also don't want to be in a job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
What do you mean?
You don't want to be in a job?
I want to create.
Okay.
Yeah. As in, I don't want to long term, right? So that's another thing I need to think about long term. What do I want? What's the ideal scenario?
What do you want?
I don't know the specifics, but I definitely want to follow your path a little.
Okay.
Of like being a creator.
Being a legend? I can see the brain worrying, trying to come up with a witty comeback to that.
I was like, shall I? Shall I not? No, I'm being nice.
Okay.
I've turned a new leaf now. I don't bully you anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
How does that feel?
It feels good.
Yeah?
Feels safe.
Look at you
Safe
glowing
space.
now
Yeah.
that you're not being bullied. No, but kind of like being a creator and having a business around it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's the plan, long
Great.
term.
Awesome.
You need to help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. What's stopping you?
Fear,
Okay.
I think.
Fear of?
Fear of it not working, and then what do I do? My worst nightmare that I have thought about so much that I actually have it as a nightmare now is being back in Mauritius, and there's like a newspaper article that comes out being like, oh, this girl from Mauritius who went to Oxford and Cambridge has a PhD and was working in Dubai has now become nothing and has no job and is in Mauritius living with her parents.
Would that really be so bad?
What do you mean?
Sounds like a pretty solid safety net.
Does it?
Yeah.
I mean, my parents are, they can't really sustain me forever.
No, but think about regret minimization framework. What is the decision that you are least likely to regret when you're 80? Are you really going to regret like taking a risk and like doing your own thing with the safety net of like, I can always just move back to friggin' Mauritius, which is an island that people retire to live with my parents and work remotely because the internet there is good.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Absolute worst case, like your channel's already making money, right?
Yeah.
So like worst case scenario, you literally just live with your parents for a year, make a bunch of courses, sort it out, get the income to decent levels.
Yeah.
Apply for a Dubai Golden Visa, whatever.
That's true.
Apply to a Lisbon visa, apply to Barbados for a visa. Like there's so many options. Provided you have an income, and you will have an income because you have a YouTube channel, and you also have skills that can easily be used for consulting remotely. So like you have nothing to worry about here.
Okay. Should we do it then?
Yeah. It's gotta happen.
Okay. Great. It's gonna happen then. At the 1 year mark, we'll make the decision.
Yeah.
What other general? Okay. Don't wipe on your clothes, please. Don't wipe on mine either. Is there tissue?
No.
Okay. Well, hold on for a bit. So, any other general advice to anyone else?
About quitting the job.
Yeah. So the framework is really question why you're not doing it, right? If you want to do it.
Okay, so it's easy for me to say, yeah, quit the job.
Exactly.
In reality, I'm very risk averse.
Okay.
And I like to have a clear plan. I like to have clear ideas where the revenue is coming in, and I like to set up those revenue streams. I say I like to, as if I've done this more than once. I like to set up the revenue streams ahead of time, so that when I quit the job, it's not.
They're kind of in the works already.
Yeah, the revenue streams are already generating enough income for me to live off.
Okay.
Yeah, and so you've got another few months. I'd be working in those few months to figure out what are my revenue streams that are going to make me 5K a month. Okay. Or 4K a month, or 3K a month, or whatever that number is for you. Yeah.
Okay.
And you figure that out. And you do that while you have a job, crucially.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been doing with the YouTube channel. Right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
I've been dedicating Saturdays to actually
amazing. Yeah.
pumping out 2 videos a week.
Perfect. Yeah. It's hard to quit a job and then have no income coming in and then be living off of savings. Feels a bit scary. Feels a bit like there's like a timeline on this.
Yeah.
But as soon as you can become ramen profitable with your side hustles, ramen profitable meaning I could live and eat ramen every day if I wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, for like $2 a day or whatever.
Yeah.
Like what is the minimum amount I need to survive? Get to ramen profitable with your other stuff, with your side hustles, and now you quit the job.
Yeah.
So you at least have the bases covered.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's your plan going to be for that?
Well, the coaching I've kind of started, right?
Cool.
So I've been doing it with you and with another person.
Yeah.
So
we found more clients.
Well, I need to find more clients, but how do I do that? Sorry.
Read $1 Million Consulting Secrets and follow the advice.
Okay, I need to finish that book then.
Yeah.
Okay. So I could do that. So technically that's already, the ball is rolling. Very slowly, but it's rolling. Yeah.
But like it's, you know, the fake work isn't reading the book. The real work isn't actually going out and finding clients.
Yeah.
Which would involve making a little Notion page, advertising your services, reaching out to people in your network, saying to people that you know who have, hey, are you looking for a business coach? Do you know someone who might be looking for a business coach? I'm trying to dabble with this. Just getting started. Would love to. ... Here is a testimonial from someone who's worked for me already. Like, how do you, it's like it's obvious stuff. You know this.
Yeah.
You would advise other people on how to do that.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. And then I do have an idea for a course.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do want to film that at some point, but I need to plan out the content, which I thought I would do today, but I didn't.
Okay. The thing with courses is that courses are not a magic bullet unless you have a big audience.
So there's no point in doing it now.
I would say there's no point doing it now.
Okay.
It is easier to make money through one-on-one coaching for like big ticket prices than it is to sell hundreds of courses. It's really hard to sell hundreds of course places.
Yeah.
I struggle to sell hundreds of course places. But yeah.
So just focus on the coaching then.
I think step 1 is to get your income bases covered. Step 2 is while keeping up this sort of YouTube channel slow growth thing over time.
Yes.
And then ...
Yeah. But for now, focus on the coaching and the YouTube.
Yeah, focus on buying your freedom through coaching clients, if that's the thing that you're going to do as a freelancer.
Okay.
And find a way to make it happen. Should be easy enough. You could basically message me and your other friend who you do coaching for and be like, hey, do you know other people that need coaching? Yeah. I know so many people that require business coaching.
Perfect.
I come across so many people on the podcast, creators, people like Julie, people like Rupi, Doctor's Kitchen, people like, these sorts of people that have big followings but are bad at thinking like businesses because they've never thought like businesses. Right? You need a business coach.
Yeah, and they've never thought about it.
Yeah, I was having lunch with Oliver Berkman, who wrote 4,000 Weeks, was stupidly successful, but he doesn't think like a business because he's never done it before. He's like an author.
Yeah.
And so they need someone who can like talk them through the process, coach them, encourage them to hire their first employee, teach them how to hire an assistant who can manage their calendar, all the basic stuff that you know how to do.
Yes.
I know dozens of people that need that service.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this seriously then.
Okay.
From today.
Yeah, this is you buying your freedom. And then the YouTube stuff like continues to go, and hopefully it works. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Like, who cares? Either way, you should not be reliant on YouTube income for your survival.
You should not be on one anyway.
That's scary. Yeah. It's all about multiple income streams.
Yes.
Anti-fragile.
Okay. Cool.
And the great thing about coaching is that once you the coaching compounds over time. Like each person you serve who then raves about you to their friends, and the chances are the people that person is friends with will also be in a similar situation.
Yeah.
And therefore they'll be like, oh hell yeah, you got to use Sheen. And then compounding, and then eventually you supply demand, raise the prices more, keep on raising the prices, blah 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 blah. Start doing corporate speaking gigs, make £150,000 for an hour of speaking, that kind of stuff. It all snowballs from there.
Perfect.
Write a book, make a course on the side. Yep.
Okay, looks like we have a solid plan already.
We do.
Okay, thank you.
You got this.
That turned into a therapy session for me.
You got this.
Yes.
It's gonna happen.
So general advice, I think this is quite applicable to everybody, isn't it? Just try it out, get some income.
Yeah, I can get some income on the side. I'm not a fan of people quitting their job without a plan.
Oh,
I think that's scary.
100%.
I am a fan of people building multiple streams of income while they have a job.
Yeah.
People, I don't have enough time. During, what does it take to find a coaching client? Like 5 minutes of drafting an email?
Yes.
Find a WhatsApp message. You can do that in your lunch break while you're on the toilet. There are so many ways during work to find time for stuff. Yes, if you're in the position where you're, working full-time and you're a carer and you're a parent and you have to deal with kids and stuff, then okay, the advice doesn't apply. 100%. You're not in that position, so you're good. Yeah. And I imagine most people watching this are also not in that position.
Yeah.
Where they literally don't have the time.
But even me, when I work 14 hours a day, right, and I have a voiceover to do, I will do it before going to bed. Yeah. Because it's just the task of the day, and if you want to do it, you'll just find the time.
Yeah, exactly. Got to prioritize the stuff. If you don't want to do it, then that's fine.
That's also fine. Yeah.
I think there is a segment of people that will constantly be telling themselves that there is a reason I can't do this.
Yes.
Like, I can't. It's because I can't. It's because. Like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
You can't do it. Fair enough. You've got that little string attached to you as an elephant.
Yeah.
But if you, I think for the people that actually want it, there is a way.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, because at work I do meet a lot of people who are like, how long do you want to be here? I say, the plan was 2 years maximum. And they're like, yeah, I've been saying that for the past 7 years. And I was like, well, that's a bit scary.
Yeah.
But I think if they're staying because they want to, and no one is forcing them really.
I think there's a nice phrase that I read in a book called Existential Kink, which is an interesting book, which is that having is evidence of wanting, even if subconsciously. Like if you have something in your life, it is because a part of you wants that thing to be there. Whether that thing is bad, whether that thing is good, especially if that thing is bad, the shadow self, the darker side of yourself, secretly gets off on having that thing in your life so that you can tell yourself a story that you're a victim or that you're this or that you're that.
Yeah.
It's a super interesting book, would recommend.
Oh, wow. Yeah. All right. Well, nice note to end it on then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for your help.
You're very welcome, anytime.
For the very useful tips. And where are we going to do the next Work Wednesday?
Wherever you like. I'm always here.
No, where?
Where? Wherever you like. I'm always here.
We should do different countries. That would be fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Work Wednesdays in different countries.
Yeah.
I'll get someone flat tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm going to cook you dinner tomorrow.
Perfect.
That's the plan.
Let's do it.
I think that's the provisional plan. We'll see.
I thought we said we were cooking because then I thought it was more likely going to happen. Like we rely on you cooking.
No, I'll cook. I got this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're very confident.
Of course.
I heard that you add too much salt to your pasta.
No, I add the right amount of salt.
So it was salty, wasn't it?
The right amount. It should be as salty as the sea. Is what a chef once told me.
Who said that to you?
It's what it says in the book. Salt, fat,
Oh,
sugar,
that book that we never read except for the salt bit.
Yeah. I read the first few pages, which was all about salt. Salty as the sea.
All right, well, pray for me tomorrow for my very high salt intake.
Yeah, you got this.
But, all right. Stop it.
Why?
It's bad manners.
Sorry.
Well, all right. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.